body paragraph. You've written your thesis paragraph, you've come up with your claim, now you're going to prove your claim. We're going to start with the summary body paragraph. Again, there are 4 different types of paragraphs that you have the option of writing. You only need to write 3. You have to write 3 different ones. This is one of the options. In my personal opinion, this is the easiest one. I recommend that most people do it. I recommend that most people do it first because you start with a summary, so you can kind of set the tone for getting a lot of the summary out of the way so you don't have to do that later. Here's essentially what you do. You've written your intro, you've written your thesis statement, you are now going to prove that. Here's the thesis statement that I was going to prove. Good can come from extremely unlikely places. Again, that's basically what I said in the thesis paragraph, slightly different, worded slightly differently. You wrote a topic sentence that gives a couple different events or details from across the text. So like specifically things that support the claim. So if I'm writing about Sula and I'm writing about fire being a motif and why that matters, I probably don't need to go super into like Sula's relationship with men or whatever, right? Like only start to mention the details that you think matter. Same thing with then you're going to go into like more specifics. You're going to summarize the events of the whole book. So give some stuff in the beginning, the middle, and the end. But again, like choose what you summarize intentionally. You don't need to write about the entire book. And then finally, not finally, then you're going to use transition words to help like indicate the sequence of events. So you want to go in order. Like you don't want to start in the middle and then jump back to the beginning and then jump forward to the end. Like you want to go in order of the book. And so you're going to use these transition words just to help you like structure things. I think that should be pretty simple as you start going. These transition words will just help you go. And then finally, like just like you do, this is the most important part of the end of every body paragraph, you connect to the claim. You tell me how everything that you just wrote proves your overall point from your thesis paragraph, your intro. Here's my example. Sentence that identifies a couple events from across the text. Faye's battle with the flu and return to work began a romance that eventually changes both her life and Aldo's. I don't want to brag, but like that's perfect, right? I didn't mention every single detail, but I talked about flu, I talked about she goes back to work, I talked about romance, okay? So just in one sentence, what are the important things of the story? Then we get a little bit more into detail. Initially, there's one of those transition words, Faye is devastatingly sick and miserable at home. Great. Eventually, the transition word, she returns to work and, having noticed her absence, is spoken to by her previously unknown coworker. Later, Faye reflects on this being her first conversation since being sick and continues talking with him out of desperation for human connection. Finally, Faye and Aldo fall in love, I spelled that wrong, and thank the flu for this wonderful change in their lives. Boom. And then my last sentence, I just connect back to my claim. Faye's desire for connection combined with Aldo noticing and commenting on her absence and reappearing lead to a new and wonderful romance that neither of them expected, but both of them appreciate. Honestly, that's a kind of long and wordy sentence. Like you heard me even stumble over it. It doesn't have to be that long. Just remind me how did I just describe the plot? How does what I described from the plot prove my point that, it was unexpected, but it was a good thing. So it was a bad thing that led to a good thing. That's basically what my claim was. Great job, I nailed it. What you maybe notice about this is there are 0 quotes. I still have specific ideas, but there are no page numbers, there are no quotes, because this is a summary paragraph. So like, this is why I recommend a lot of people start here, because I think that it'll get your brain flowing, and I think it'll get your fingers typing, and I think this will be a good one for you. So now your job is to keep this document open. You can use the description, you can use the example, and you're going to write your own summary body paragraph. Whoops. Not that. That was dumb of me. Write your own summary body paragraph in your document. So hopefully those things make sense. Good job.